What's good, YouTube? It's Apps and Goes. So you want to learn how to make beats? You want to learn how to do that, and you're like, oh, I don't have this, I don't have that, I don't have anything. Well, today I'm going to show you how to do all of that with an iPhone, really. And not your iPhone that you're filming with, or your iPhone that you use for your phone. I'm going to talk about the iPhone that you got sitting in your closet. The one from like 3 years ago, like iPhone 6. Anything that's got a headphone jack, you can do it. And as long as you've got a way to put audio into your computer, you're golden. So I live in an apartment, and as much as I love music equipment, I can't always buy a lot of music equipment, partially because I'm living in an apartment, so I obviously don't have a lot of money, but also because I don't have a lot of space. Basically everything that I have to do, I have to share with my living space, my girlfriend's art space, and my 2 other roommates. So I'm a little bit limited, but that doesn't mean that I can't make stuff. And, say what you will about my music, I enjoy it. So, today I'm going to do a little video about how you can really only use 2 things and get, 2 things plus a computer and stuff. Obviously you probably already have a computer, but anyway, I'm not always home, or I don't have space for drums. I also can't play drums, so I have to come up with different ways of doing that. And I think this will be interesting because you don't need a lot to at least make something like 90% of a track getting started. And out of all the stuff I have, the 2 things that to me right now are the biggest are this is a 3.5 to 1/4 inch adapter. It's pretty great. And the secret sauce of a lot of the tracks that I've been producing recently is this. And yeah, no, that's an iPhone 6. You are not wrong. But the thing about the iPhone 6 and the thing why you shouldn't throw away your old phones is it's got a headphone jack. And you know what else has a headphone jack? A lot of things. Like a Switch or a DS or a Game Boy. There's a lot of things. And boom. What's that? Oh my god, it's plugged into the adapter. And then the craziest bit is now it's plugged into my music equipment setup. So I got the iPhone, still works, doesn't even have service, but that doesn't matter. Into that, going down into the effects pedals, and that goes into the interface, and the interface plugs into the computer. And so what's crazy about that is all of the apps that I've collected to like make beats at work and stuff, there's probably a way to sync them, but I don't want to do that because it's usually fiddly. Like Ableton Note is really good at syncing, but a lot of these older apps, I don't want to bother. And plus it's easier because I can run it through a compressor and get compression on it. I can run it through an EQ and EQ it, and that gives me effects from the phone, it gives me effects from my pedals. I can put the effects on it in the computer, and I'm going to kind of show you what the workflow to get like 90% of my music done as of right now. And this will probably change as I learn more and get more stuff, but I don't have a lot of space or money for stuff right now. Money's tight. So here we are. We have the iPhone 6. What I did is I turned the screen dimmer off, so it's never gonna go dim on me while I'm playing. But here's a couple of the apps that I use. These aren't really useful for this, but for like creating stuff. And a lot of these are either free now, or like I paid $20 for this, like $10 for this, and I paid like $8 for this. And a lot of these I used to have to pay money for, but now they're free. So what's crazy is I can take any of these, like a K oscillator. I don't really use this one as much, but so let's say I wanted to use this K oscillator. I can run it through these pedals, put a more delay on it if I want, go through a chorus pedal. You know, I could do any of those apps, or any of those pedals. And then, and as you can see, it's going into Ableton. But the main thing that I use, and my killer secret weapon right here, is this. This is Figure by Reason. And this is probably how I start like 90% of my songs. Okay, so when you open it up, this is this is where you have your drums, your bass, and your lead. And what you can do is you can either record each note or each instrument separately and mix it into the DAW, or what I like to do is I'll record 3 tracks in this into 1 track in Ableton, and then I will either layer on additional tracks with different instruments, or I will use some of my synths or my guitars to add on other layers. But this is a good way to get like the backbone of a song pretty much done. And yeah, everything comes through the pedal, so if I want to add some crazy effects, I can either do it in the app, or I can do it over here, or I can do it in Ableton. There's a million different options, and I'm going to show you a little jam. So yeah. Anyway, yeah, that was a little jam. Let me know if you have any questions. I think it just goes to show you that there's a lot you can do with just like an old iPhone and a quarter-inch jack into your setup. And, you know, the possibilities are endless. You can either split that into multiple tracks, record one at a time. So, like, do your kick track, you do your snare track, and you do your hi-hat track. And, you know, it's 4 instruments per track on the drums. So you could do that 4 times, and then you can do your bass, and it'll all be synced up. All you gotta do is quantize it in your DAW. You know, match up all the parts so that it sounds like it does on your little jam. And then that way you can EQ each instrument individually. Or what you can do is you can record your 3 tracks of your jam into your DAW, and then do your fades and stuff, and then you can go back with a different instrument and layer it on, and you know it'll be in sync, because as long as the tempo doesn't change or whatever, like, you know that you're going to be in sync. And, you know, you can go through and tweak the filters, do all that stuff. Or what I like to do sometimes is I'll do another take of the same beat that I would just make, but I would just do the drums, mute everything else, and then use a compressor on that so it's really fat and punchy. And I think it comes out really good, and I think the possibilities for it are endless. And you gotta have the older phone, you gotta have the 3.5mm socket at the bottom. But if you got that, you can also do, you know, other things. Like there's a headphone jack right there in my dirty Switch. Or in like any other phone that you have, if you've got like some cool music app, or if you got a Game Boy and you want to get the Pokemon music straight from the Game Boy and run it through effects, you can do that. All you need is a 1/4-inch jack adapter that I got on Amazon, like a pack of 2 for like maybe $5. So there's options out here for the broke boys or the broke girls, whatever. Yeah, anyway, that's all I got for you today. I love you.